Hi everyone, this is Today in History. Today is Wednesday, April the 17th, the 108th day of 2024. There are 258 days left in the year. On this day in 1194, Richard I, the Lionheart, was crowned King of England for the second time, after earlier surrendering his kingdom to the Holy Roman Emperor Henry VI. On this day in 1521, Martin Luther appeared before the Diet of Worms to defend his ideas on church reform. On this day in 1790, American printer, publisher, author, inventor, scientist, and diplomat Benjamin Franklin, who was one of the foremost of the Founding Fathers, died at age 84. On this day in 1895, the Treaty of Shimonoseki concluded the First Sino-Japanese War, which ended in China's defeat. On this day in 1951, American baseball player Mickey Mantle made his MLB debut as an outfielder for the New York Yankees. On this day in 1956, the Cominform, the International Communist Information Bureau, founded in 1947, was disbanded as part of the Soviet program of reconciliation with Yugoslavia. On this day in 1961, Cuban leader Fidel Castro's forces repelled the Bay of Pigs invasion, which was led by recent Cuban exiles and financed by the U.S. government during the Cold War. On this day in 1970, the Apollo 13 command module carrying James A. Lovell Jr., Fred W. Hayes Jr., and John L. Swigert Jr. entered Earth's atmosphere and splashed down, ending one of the most tense chapters in space history. 4 days earlier, an oxygen tank had exploded, threatening the lives of all three astronauts. On this day in 1975, Cambodia's ruling Lon Nol government collapsed, and the communist forces of the Khmer Rouge, led by Pol Pot, entered Phnom Penh and forcibly dispersed its citizenry into rural areas. On this day in 1982, the Canadian Act, also known as the Constitution Act, took effect on this day in 1982, establishing certain individual rights, preserving parliamentary supremacy, and making Canada a wholly independent, fully sovereign state. On this day in 2003, Anneli Joatteenmaki was sworn in as Prime Minister of Finland, which thereby became the second country after New Zealand to install a woman as head of both state and government. On this day in 2011, the hugely popular TV show Game of Thrones, which was based on George R.R. Martin's fantasy book series, A Song of Ice and Fire, debuted on HBO. On this day in 2014, Colombian novelist Gabriel Garcia Marquez, winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature and widely considered one of the greatest writers of the 20th century, died at the age of 87. On this day in 2018, American First Lady Barbara Bush, wife of George H.W. Bush, 41st President of the United States, and mother of George W. Bush, 43rd President of the United States, died at age 92. All right, everybody, that's it for today. Today is Wednesday, April the 17th, the 108th day of 2024. There are 258 days left in the year.